Hi, it's Toni. I'm so excited about this episode with my friend Rachel Awtrey. She's got a beautiful book that's out right now called Live Your Life. You heard that right. Both her and I are launching a book in the same month. And we have this beautiful conversation of what it looks like to befriend a complete stranger, for God to move in the lives of someone that you don't even know, to bless you, to remind you that He's with you, and to redeem every single part of your story. So I hope that you rally with me and Rachel and lean into this episode. Make sure you share it with a friend. We'll meet you there. Hey friend, it's Toni. I gotta tell you, it's been a long time coming watching the Lord redeem and restore the Still Coloring podcast season 7. And I gotta tell you, what's really cool about this season is that I did not do it alone. I wanna give a special shout out to my 2 sponsors for this season of the Still Coloring podcast. The first is an incredible video series and Bible study that I've gotten to be a part of for the last couple of years called Unshakable Moxie from Our Daily Bread Ministries. And the second is Bark Technologies, the leader in parental controls and safer tech for families. Now listen, if you've been listening to the Still Coloring podcast for a while, you know that Bark Technologies is my go-to choice when it comes to helping keep my daughter, Dylan, safe online and in real life. So I'm super grateful to Bark for giving parents who are raising kids in the digital age actual peace of mind. And wow, Our Daily Bread, I'm so grateful that I've gotten to be a part of 2 seasons of Unshakable Moxie. We get to travel around the world and interview women about their trauma and pain and how God's still using them in it. So if you have time, head over to unshakablemoxie.com and check it out. It's good stuff. I'm so grateful for these 2 partners for helping to bring this season of the podcast to life. Let's dive in. Well, hello. Okay, it's Toni. I'm so excited for this episode. You probably already can tell because I'm talking fast and I'm blinking a lot. My pits are also sweating because I really have a special guest here today. And it's one of those situations where, you know, when you stumble into a friendship where it's like you're in line at the grocery store and you look over and you see someone that has like the same little outfit on as you or something that you have and you're like, oh girl, you cute girl. I'm like, you cute girl. You go to the gym, I go to the gym. That type of situation is what's happening and what has happened with today's guest, okay? And I'm excited about that because a lot of you guys have been DMing me about finding random friends and how awkward it is and all the things. And I just feel like we like defeated the odds over here and we're like, no, we're friends in real life. It's going down. God put us together randomly. And now we're here on a podcast getting to tell you and hopefully give you some bravery and courage to maybe start tiptoeing towards strangers and creating something really beautiful from it. So I'm excited because I have my new friend, but also a deep friend, Rachel Awtrey on the podcast.
Hey,
Rachel, how you doing?
Toni. This is so fun.
I'm really excited. I need to calm down, actually.
Yeah? Deep breaths.
I usually scream, but I need to preserve my energy. But
Yeah.
it comes like out of me.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
It's a fun friendship. It is that. I think you introed us so well. That's
No,
exactly
because
what we
that's
are.
literally what
We
happened.
kind of like fell
At
into.
the end of the day, I was coming out with my first book. You have an incredible podcast. And wait, Real Talk with Rachel Awtrey is what it's called.
That's right.
Just so that you guys know, no shameless plugs around here. We're just going to say it because there's no shame involved. Okay, whatever. Wait, that's what shameless means.
That's right, yeah.
It's
It's
hard
okay.
for
It's
me
okay.
to process that in real time.
You've been literally talking all
I've
day
been
for our friends that
talking.
don't know.
Okay,
So,
got it.
Lots of grace.
Great. It is a shameless plug, okay? Because it's a great podcast. And we were just on that podcast, living our best lives. And you asked me a question about my marriage.
I did. Okay, wait. I had no idea what was happening behind the scenes.
0%.
Obviously, because
No,
like at that point,
you were like, hey,
we were work friends.
the whole
you know?
world didn't even know.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
mean, my
right.
parents and them barely knew. But at the time, I was actually walking through a divorce. It turned into a very public divorce with some embarrassment and shame and all kinds of other stuff. But I decided to end my marriage after 8 years because of all the infidelity that I had endured. And I'm on these podcasts kind of wrapping up the season of me speaking so I can get some rest and start healing with my family. And you were one of the very few podcasts that I actually even kept. I canceled a lot.
No way. I'm
and
so
I don't even
honored.
know why.
God,
I was like,
mean, anytime that there's like a coincidence like that,
Yeah.
my first question is, God, what are you up to?
what are you up to?
Because there's something here I don't want to
Truly,
miss.
like, there was just so much that happened. Like, I was trying to honor everyone and the commitments that I had. And then there were gigs that got canceled on me. Just travel arrangements having to be moved around, all kinds of things in that season. And I remember being on the podcast, and I think it was at the end, actually, maybe, like towards the end. And you asked me about my marriage, and I was like,
yeah.
like, I just didn't even know
And
how
I,
to
like,
respond.
I kind of read it and I was like, this is
She's not.
And I always preface
Yeah.
before I record, I'm like, hey, if there's anything you ever want to edit
Correct.
out, you let me know
Yeah.
at the end, in the moment. Like, we're
Which
so
is so
flex here.
kind.
And then at the
And
end,
at the end, I was like, hey, so like, remember when I answered that question, but it may have felt a little awkward? It was a little awkward for a
just
reason.
cut it out, right?
You don't have to cut it out. I'm actually, walking through divorce right now. And you just held it.
Mm-hmm.
And that, like, I get a lot of people that ask me, well, how do we find safe people? And how do we actually like find good friends that are not toxic? Like, what red flags are we looking for? And I do think we're supposed to look at red flags, but I also think we're supposed to look at green flags. What are the things that people are showing you that create safety, safe enough for you to trust and build a relationship with? And one, the fact that you were like, oh, taking it out, like it's all good. You're not upset that I somehow ruined the podcast for having to edit something. And then you just like kept leaning in.
I was like, are you okay?
Are you okay? Like,
Yeah.
what's going on? Like, you could have just moved on. Like, hey, I got you. I'll cut that out. Don't need to be in your business. You're a complete stranger. But there's something about the kindness of a stranger that reminds you that there are still good people out there.
Yeah.
And that was you. Like, I was like, that was so sweet, and not just about ministry or just about business.
Yeah.
And I think it was that same year. I'm terrible with dates. So you're going to have to figure
it's
that
fine.
out.
Hey, we're good.
It may have been that same
Put
year.
it on a timeline, baby.
Okay.
Same year.
It may have been that same year in December.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So here's what happens from my
Tell
side
me,
of things.
okay,
Whenever
please,
people come
because
on the
I
show, I like, I mean, it's so fun, right? But
Yeah.
then you have this very intense, deep conversation. Now we're friends, but then you're not. And so how do you go from being strangers talking about
Really deep
the intimacy
things.
of God,
Yeah.
and then like not walk away as friends?
Yeah.
So typically I do.
Yeah.
And then I like to follow, and I have context, and
Yeah.
I see cute little Sammy and Dylan, and like I'm actually like
Hi, how are
obsessed
your
with
kids?
y'all,
What's
and so
going
I
on?
feel like we have that weird
Yeah, like
relationship.
camaraderie, but you don't really, you're like,
I've
well,
never
let
laid
me
hands
just-
on you, but I feel like we're close, you know?
I've not made eye contact with you ever, okay?
Right. And so then, anyway, so I have some context, and I have friends that I feel like, I don't know, the Lord just puts like little nudges and
Yeah.
things in my life where I notice. I'm like, okay, wait, I think that
Yeah.
there's something here again that I don't want to miss.
Yeah.
What are you up to, God?
Yeah.
And whenever I show up to that, rarely ever does he ever
It doesn't
leave
come
me
back empty.
empty.
When
right.
the Lord like nudges you, like, I know you don't know that person, but there's something that he does that sometimes in restaurants too, like with my waiter or waitress.
Yes.
And he's like, you're supposed to say something. You're supposed to offer up something. And my go-to is like, hey, what's your name? Is there anything that we can pray for you for? We're going to pray for our food anyway. Like little ways like that. And I can't tell you how many times it's not returned void. It's
Right.
someone that needed someone to ask them, how can I support you in prayer? And I don't even know you.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what you did, because I'm assuming the Lord kind of nudged you a
he
little
nudged
bit.
me.
Okay.
Yeah. On a
And
certain
then
date.
on our second date, which was crazy. Okay. And so on Sunday, December the 8th, you send me a $10 Starbucks gift card. And you also,
I was curling my hair in the bathroom getting ready for church.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but like you were literally,
just impressed on your heart.
I couldn't get rid of you.
And then I posted a note on Instagram and it just said tired, because it was the actual truth. I was just tired, boss. And on my end, I was getting the kids ready for church. My nanny Anna wasn't there with me. And, church is hard for people that experience
especially
really
with your
painful, hard
complexities.
things, correct?
Yeah.
You're walking through divorce. I mean, I was 7 days removed, I think, from like the anniversary of posting the statement about my marriage and about how it failed and I chose to leave and all these things. And so I just was weary. The body keeps the score. Going to church, dropping my kids off by myself. My son was probably screaming. Okay, or
If
being
you've ever
drugged
dropped
across.
your kids off at nursery, we're all nodding our head like,
We're just like, we know.
Say no more.
I mean,
You
he
know exactly
has
what
like
I'm
a
talking
little like backpack with the leash on it, which I actually made fun
about.
of
You're a
parents.
leash mom. I love it.
I made fun of
No
moms
shame, Beth.
with
No
that
shame.
freaking leash, and look at me now dragging my kid
Never
across
say
the
never.
floor. Never say never, never judge, because my son is the type of son that he tries to run and he gets clotheslined with the leash, or he'll just sit on the floor and make me pull him.
Drag him, baby.
So that's probably what happened that morning. I was pulling him into Child Watch, and it just sucks looking around, seeing other whole families, and your family's so broken and shattered. And I went into the kids' church bathroom slid down the wall, very dramatic, like I'm sure, in a marshmallow jacket. Okay, so I look like literally the Michelin Man or whatever his name is. And unfortunately, all I remember is that the toilet seat was right close to my face because it was a kid's.
That's all you remember.
It was a kid's bathroom, so the toilet was just there, just pee all over it, I'm sure. And I'm just crying. And I'm like, I don't want to go into church. I don't want to be seen like this. I don't want to be here. I want my kids to love the Lord. And I get a text message from you with a Starbucks gift card. It's pulled up.
Proof. Receipts.
And you said, get up, girl. We got battles to win today. And I erupted.
How would I know? That's what's so cool about who God is. He takes the credit. There was no way I should have known.
I erupted in that kid's bathroom next to the pee-pee toilet, and I didn't know what else to do to like explain to you how impactful it was than to take a selfie video. And I look terrible. Yeah. And I kind of hate that you sent it to me because I don't see. Okay, wait, hold on.
We hate reliving these things,
but
we
hate
have
reliving
to.
it. We literally have. We must. Okay, gosh. Okay, listen. This is so vulnerable. But I have to tell you, I am literally in the corner, in the bathroom of our church, completely dysregulated and overwhelmed. Church, for all the reasons that I've been through, all the trauma, it was just a really hard space for me. But I want to keep, coming. And I just dropped my kids off, and I just needed to take literally a breather in the church bathroom before I go in. Your text just came through. Your text, we got battles to win today. Like, that is a God wink, and I really appreciate you for sending it. And, yeah. Oh, you have no idea. Thank you so much. That is so kind. Okay. I'm gonna go to church now. I know. A little sneak peek for you. Maybe we'll put that into the video so you can see just some real raw, snotty vulnerability. What was happening is that moment is that God knew I needed someone tangibly here on this earth to tell me that in this moment, it's time to get up. I was a year removed from the statement, the divorce, all the things. And it's not at all that God was like, okay, the mourning's done. Like the mourning and the grieving is done. I just think he was like, hey, you're in my house. Go get this word. Go worship me. This is supposed to be the safest house on the block. Go get up and be with me. And the Lord himself used you to do that and to remind me that there's a time for everything. Yeah. Right? There's a time for the weeping and the grieving, and there's a time to get up. And I just wonder, Rachel, why you think it's so important to be close to the Lord so that you have moments and opportunities where you hear his voice on behalf of other people.
It is one of the coolest privileges, I think, this side of heaven. Like the fact that he would make himself available to us. Yeah. We don't deserve it. We haven't done anything to earn that. Yeah. And it almost feels like a little ninja-ish. I'm like, okay, I'm a little minion. Well, yeah, I'm like, I want to be up to what you're up to because I've seen the stories. I've read the book. Yeah. There's some really cool things that you do and you follow through with, and I want to be a part of it. I don't want to be on the sidelines watching. Yeah. And so when you step into that authority he's given us to be like, okay, Lord, download to me what I need to know in order to make today the most abundant the way you've wanted it to be. Yeah. I'm here. I'm available. How does it change the person that receives that from you, and how does it change you when you act on what the Lord has told you for someone else? Okay, I want people to hear this. I don't, I would say probably I love generosity. I love giving things away, whether it's like finances or whether it's like my time or conversation, like things like that, encouragement, words of affirmation. I feel you deeply on that. Love to love all my girls. For real. And I would do that whether I was partnering with the Lord or not, right? When I don't partner with him and I'm generous, I'm like, here, Flip, I'm generous. Yeah. Look at this. Look at me. Look how I impacted them. Yeah. Versus when I partner with the Lord, I'm like, well, thank you, Lord. I could never have come up with those words on my own. Yeah. Right? And there's we don't leave it up to guess or chance or coincidence. Whenever we do partner with the Lord, it's easier to give him the glory. And I think if you look at the past and the record, it shows that like there is more impact that's made. The ripples do turn into waves.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I think we could, and we probably do.
Yeah.
There's kind people that don't know Jesus.
Yep. That's so good.
People that love Jesus aren't just kind. They're partners.
Yeah.
In kindness. And that is a different level of kind than anyone ever experiences. And that's where like evangelism and like being a pal and expanding the kingdom becomes
like tangible
and
real. Yeah. I can say from the receiving end, when someone says, hey, this may be a little bit weird, but the Lord has told me to act on this on your behalf, as the recipient, I don't know why. Like the Lord is always with me individually. Like that means a lot to me. It's very meaningful that the Lord would literally be close to my ratchet, sinful self. But I'm telling you, when it goes through someone else, it starts to like, it shines a light on the lengths he would go.
Yeah, he goes far for us.
Far and deep and wide for his people. To use a kind of stranger at that point to come after me, I think is the proof to the recipient that God actually is using people. His like plan A for humanity is actually humanity. He wants to use us to be his hands and feet. My friend Ann Voskamp says he wants to use us to be Jesus with skin on, which is kind of a little weird to say that. You know what I mean? But I love it. Because that's what you were to me, Jesus with skin on. And it reminded me of who he was and of how he works through his people.
Yeah.
And I think for the person out there that's, listening and watching, it's like, this is why it's so important for you to get some friends in your life, specifically some godly friends.
Yeah.
Who can quite literally be used by the Lord to carry a message that maybe he needs to use the other person to get it to you because you won't listen to it from him. Or you're in so much grief, you don't even have the words to pray to him to get access to that. Sometimes he uses other people. And so it's just number 50, 1100 million reason why you got to lean into God's people. Wow, I have really gotten to be a part of some incredible organizations and worked on some really, really fun projects. And the one that I'm getting ready to tell y'all about has been my all-time favorite. It's Unshakable Moxie. It's a tell it like it is, real, raw, vulnerable Bible study from Our Daily Bread Ministries for women who want their lives to be a love letter praising God's faithfulness, even when it sucks. When life's answers don't come easy, this 6-part study that I've gotten to be a part of explores topics everyone is afraid to discuss out loud and digs in to see what Scripture has to say about them. Right now, all of my listeners and watchers can get a copy of Unshakable Moxie and a second copy for free to share with a friend because y'all know we want to make sure that you're not doing life alone. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to go.odb.org/Toni-Moxie. I know that was a lot. I'm going to say it again. Type in go.odb.org/Toni, Toni-Moxie, MOXIE. Check it out. It's so good. Now, I want to talk about how I was feeling about my life in that moment.
Okay, go for it.
We both have books coming out, both August 2025, which is crazy. Don't try this alone. Love your life.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, I wrote my book from a place of real pain and of not loving my life at all.
Sure, of course.
Like what was there to love? Outside of God's people rescuing me from said life, that was ratchet.
Yeah, there was a lot of like unlikability there.
Rachel, I feel like there's a lot of people listening and watching this like, what do you mean love my life? Like I like it a little bit, but like, how do I love my life when everything's completely shattered?
That's so good. Oh. When I say like, oh man, you can love your life, I think people think of like a TED Talk. They're like, oh great, here
10
comes
minutes,
the next woo-woo
here
girl.
to solve everything right now.
Yeah.
Bye.
And I even say like in the first chapter, I'm like, this is not to bippity boppity boop fix your life. Like that's not the point. The point is that to love your life, even in the midst of chaos and betrayal and devastation, disappointment, all the things, is so unnatural. Yeah. And I think that's when God leans in and he's like, exactly. It is so
it's
unnatural.
Not supposed to be this way.
It's not supposed to be this way. There's a supernatural part of like leaning in and receiving the gifts, the fruit of the Holy Spirit. And joy being one of them and one of my favorites to talk about. So I think when people are like, oh, that's so unrealistic, I'm like, correct. That's the point. We agree there, right? And so what is it that we can tap into that maybe makes that way more feasible? If we have been told, like, we can live a John 10:10 life, like abundant, even though there are things against us. There's an enemy at play that wants to steal, kill, and destroy. But he's already come to give us this life. So then, like, actually, how do we receive it? That's the next part, you know?
It's really about the posture. Like, when I went through your book to even endorse it and all the things, like, it started making me think about Genesis. Like, we're so quick to blame a good God for our bad circumstances. Without really going back to look at the intention of God for our life, which was to be in the Garden of Eden, but naked, bouncing around like Teletubbies. I mean, when I really think about it, I'm like, dang, we didn't need bras.
We missed it.
We missed it. You know how many times I get home and I'm like reaching up to that strap, unleashing those puppies, and I'm like, wow.
We're going to take that out.
Really? But I'm just like, those little things that you don't even realize wasn't even in the design of God. Like, to be unashamed to a levels that you are okay with being naked.
That's intense.
Like, it was the absence of shame, right? And when we get to the point where we realize that God's intention was a good life connected to him, and evil and sin stole that, not God. Evil and sin and humanity stole that, and then he went on a rescue mission to do what you're saying, to give us fruit from rotten situations.
You said something. I want to touch on 2 points. Okay,
I don't know
so
what I
number
said
one,
outside of the bra.
I love it.
Okay.
Okay, so first part is this idea of like, we are in a rotten situation. The whole earth is groaning. It is a broken place. But yet, how kind of him to say, you messed it up, but I'm still going to leave some, I'll still leave some trails. You can still go on a treasure hunt. You can still find some stuff.
I'm going to leave some trails.
I'm going to leave some breadcrumbs to show you I am who I am, and I am kind, and I'm good. So like, we still have flowers. You know, we still have like baby coos. We still have like the things that like our minds are like, that's good.
That's
and
good.
Most of us can agree on,
that's
right?
Really
it's like,
good.
That's good. And like, how kind of him. In a brokenness, he's still left behind those little pieces for us.
Little crumbs. We still have the moments where our whole world is falling apart, and the Lord whispers to a person, text her.
Right. He still made himself available. The second thing that I love that you said posture. And this is so for you because you're a gym girl. Okay, so you ready?
Sun's out, guns out.
We love some analogies. Are you ready for it?
I'm ready.
So you go to the gym.
Come on.
To get stronger. So that you can lift heavy things and do real life more efficiently. Okay, same thing spiritually. Like, I think so many of us are waiting for the hard things to hit to figure it out, when in reality we could be living on offense this whole time and not defense, going to the gym, getting our reps in, choosing a posture,
let's go,
asking for a spotter. It doesn't mean the weight is any more intense. The same amount is on the barbell. You are lifting it differently because you have the reps, the practice, the gym, you're familiar with the equipment. You ask someone to come stand behind you just in case. And you choose, and you choose the posture. That's actually going to help you lift better.
That's really good.
That's life. I think so many of us are like so unfamiliar with the gym, never done it before, but life asks us to.
Begs us.
And we're like,
forces us.
This is a little bit heavier.
Darn.
I don't know how to do this. And you try to do it on your own. We've all seen the fool at the gym. I'm like, tell me it's your first time without telling me it's your first time.
The reels of the babies in January trying to get their lives back together again.
Don't be the person in January showing up to the gym for the first time.
That's really good.
So I'm like, we have to do the work, the offense work, so that when we are put into a situation where like, didn't see that coming. But there's a second part of that, which is like, but I'm equipped.
Ever wonder how parents are handling that new rite of passage, giving their child their first phone? The best option isn't your old hand-me-down, let me just say that. It's the Bark phone, which is built specifically for kids. So what does a phone designed with child safety in mind look like? Well, first and foremost, parents can control almost every feature of the Bark phone. Want it to call or text only? You can do that. Want to disable all apps at bedtime? Not a problem. You can also manage features like whether they can use the camera or download apps. The Bark phone also comes with Bark's secret sauce, their advanced content monitoring. It'll scan their text, emails, saved photos and videos, and apps for signs of concerning content. You'll get an alert if anything's off, so you can check in and make sure everything's okay. And listen, y'all, these alerts can flag bullying language in texts or explicit images they may be sent, all the things you as a parent definitely want to know about. Bark will also let you block websites and apps so you can help protect your child from dangerous and inappropriate things on the internet. It is all about enabling your child to learn how to use technology more safely and in gradual steps with your supervision. Bark does so much more too, y'all, including custom screen time schedules, location tracking when your child is away from home. It's the best, okay? And it's the best thing to happen to digital parenting because y'all know it's crazy out here. Now listen, if you're not in the market for a new kid's phone, but you're still interested in keeping your kids safer online, Bark also has an app that you can put on iPhones, Androids, Chromebooks, iPads, and even Kindles. To check out Bark and how it can help your family, I want you to visit info.bark.us/Toni. I'll say it again. Visit info.bark.us/Toni. Check it out, y'all, and lean in. Okay, so I love that you said the offense and defense. I say this all the time. We want to live lives that are on the offense, not the defense. Correct. We don't want to be caught off guard by a life that the Lord actually already told us is imperfect. It's going to be tricky. And it's going to be tricky. And it's narrow. It's narrow now, okay? Mm-hmm. So how do we do that? Mm-hmm. How do we live a life on the offense? What do some of those practical things look like?
That's good.
How do we do it?
Okay, let's continue with gym metaphor.
I want the gym metaphor. It's my favorite.
I think of like reps, getting your reps in.
Yep.
For me, getting the reps in, getting stronger looks like just noticing. Noticing where God already is.
That's
noticing
good.
that he's capable.
Having eyes to see.
Having eyes to see. What
That's
problems
good.
has he already solved that I did ask him to and that I didn't even know to ask him for?
Because I didn't see it.
I didn't even see it as a problem.
My spiritual eyes were off.
Yeah. So to turn the reps on.
Yeah.
Okay. One of my favorite verses right now is Psalm 68, verse 3. It's in the Message version. Oh my gosh, you're going to cry.
I love a Message version scripture. Tell me I'm ready right now. I'm ready.
I'm
ready.
It says, enjoy God. Cheer when you see him. And so I think that there's like a two-part, right? It's like noticing where God is, but then making a fool when you see him. So like cheering.
Wow. He's
not
here.
just noticing.
Yeah.
Cheering. So for me, it's like writing it down, sharing with a friend, posting it online, being like, oh my gosh.
Look at what God is doing.
I'm so obsessed with who God is. Yes. Look at where he's at. So I think it's one, like getting your reps in. Two, I think it's also having the right posture. Lisa Turkers, we love her. She says, you steer where you stare. And it's brain science. Like whatever you are out there looking for, you'll see more
I know that because I was on a hoverboard one day and you really have to be certain about where you're going.
Staring where you want to go.
Your brain supposedly, it's a brain motor skill.
Where you go.
Yes, it follows where you go. If your intention, you literally go that way. And on a hoverboard, you better.
Yes. Or like our neighbor has an orange Subaru, and I'm like, I've never known anyone to have an orange Subaru. Yeah. But now
orange Subarus,
dozens,
making it rain everywhere. All over the place.
I'm like, wow. And it's not because they're all of a sudden being manufactured more often. It's because I just wasn't attuned to see it.
I have eyes to see.
I want us to have a posture where we're more likely to give the point to the right side of the scoreboard.
That's really good.
And then the third is like ask for a spotter, not because they need to touch you and be with you, but because they just need to be right there.
That's the offense life. Like one of the things that people drew attention to in my season of over these last 2 years is like, man, you already had the team in place. Right. And I did. My confessional community, my group therapy group, we've been meeting together for 4 years. Mm-hmm. We have been doing life and confessing together and celebrating the really fun moments, but also like sitting in the pain and grief of really hard things for 4 years. And here's what's so great. God has a plan for your pain. And he will line up those players that you put in place so perfectly, because the day that I got the call from my ex-husband about being extorted and all the infidelity and all the things he had to confess it, I was in a hotel room in Nashville, Tennessee.
Weren't you like right down the hall from them?
And 2 of the women in my confessional community group were on the same hallway with me. They live in a different state. We are not just randomly in person for any reason, but because God knew that tragedy would hit on September 19th, 2023. He had me in Nashville with my closest friends who have held hard things with me for 4 years down the hallway. That's living a life on the offense, not the defense.
And for some odd reason, we want to call everybody when stuff hits the fan. But when life is just kind of chill for a season, which it barely ever is, we're like, okay, we're just going to coast by. When really we should be doing the work to prepare ourselves for when the pain and tragedy comes.
That's right. That's right. I know. Well, you talk about it in your book, and I love this so much, is like, and we'll keep going with the analogy, but just because they're in the gym doesn't mean they're a spotter.
I love it. I want us to use it.
Right? Okay, yeah. So just because they're in the gym doesn't mean they're a spotter. You know, like not all the people are supposed to be like right up there close with you.
Snap.
And just because they're a spotter doesn't mean that like they're equipped to lift the weight that you're lifting, but they are there in case. And so I don't know. I love this idea of, like there's going to be people that belong right behind you, ready to catch, and there's people that don't. And that's okay.
And that is okay.
Yeah.
And I will say this too, Rachel, I feel like for many of us recovering people pleasers, it's so hard to transition friends that should not be as close to you as they are. And I am specific about transitioning friends because I feel like, one of the things in my book that I talk about is this idea of transitioning toxic friends. And people are like, okay, cool, I'm just going to text him, you're dead to me now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no.
It's like, baby, that's not what we're talking about. That's not what we're talking about, okay?
Yeah, no.
We actually want you to still treat people like Jesus would treat people when they need to be transitioned to a safer space. And I think I want to talk about this idea that everyone can't be a spotter.
Come on.
And you actually have to be intentional about transitioning people to different spaces because they are taking up space that someone else who should be there rightfully needs.
Right. There's such thing as in the way.
In the way. How do we transition people well and love them well through it?
Okay, like shameless plug actually.
Oh, okay, come on, let's do it.
So we've moved 9 times in 9 years of marriage. I know.
I could throw up.
Yeah, and I don't suggest it.
Okay, got it.
It did something to me. I don't know. Birthed a whole chapter in my book.
I am a transformer now at this point.
But transition's really, really tough. Transition in seasons and transitions in people are really, really difficult. And not that I've mastered it, but I've seen it so frequently that I've picked up some patterns here.
Yeah.
And we've moved, in case someone's like, but like, why the heck did she do that? We're a military family, okay?
Okay. Little context for you. Thank you, bye.
And praise God, we're here where we are now for a long time. But for a minute, I feel like I was always transitioning friends. And so I got to see a lot of different characters and got to pick up like, okay, that, not healthy, right? Or like that, ooh, safe person. Yes, I will go.
Oh, I will love you.
Yeah, I will love you and you will love me. And then, and the transition naturally, obviously, when you move away is a little bit more natural.
Yep.
And easier and less complicated. But there have been the people that kind of like have followed me, whether they're proximity relationally, like family type friends, family friends, or if it's people like proximity zip code wise, you're like, oh, wow, we will definitely be running into each other.
I will see you at the park.
I will definitely be seeing you there. Yeah.
And the coffee shop.
The best advice that I've ever gotten is like, hey, you can back away slowly. Like reconciliation doesn't need explanation. Reconciliation is just like releasing them to the Lord and saying, Lord, you
back
are
away
just.
Slowly. That's good.
Back away slowly.
Because what you're not, here's what I will say.
It's like putting your kid down for a nap, transitioning them to a bed.
I mean,
you're just like crawling out of there. And like, again, no shame,
quite literally fighting for your life. What I like about that is that, and I've shared this before, but I had a friendship that I needed to transition, and I really wanted to do it with kindness and grace because I do have some detachment issues. Like I kind of just be like, you're dead to me, okay? Like all in or nothing. Like either I will literally die for you or you're dead to me. Like that's it. And I've had to really work on that. And I remember trying my best to have a conversation with a friend that I needed to transition. And I simply said, hey, I'm in a really hard season. I'm doing a lot of healing right now. That's refining me, and it's very painful and weird. And there's a few people that I want to bring really close into that process that can help me kind of get to a more stable space. And what that's going to mean is that a lot of my time for friendship is going to be taken away to focus in on these few people,
right,
to help me get to a better space. And so I think our friendship's going to look different. I think we'll probably talk less, see each other less. And I just want to make you aware because I value you and I don't want to just disappear on you. But I want to be honest about where I'm at right now and what I need. That to me, I feel like is backing away slowly.
100%.
You know?
And sometimes it's conversation and sometimes it's not. Okay, this is another intense practical. In the book, I talk about having different rooms of friends.
Yep.
So
I talk about having different circles of friends. This is beautiful.
Go.
I love this.
I love this so much. Okay, so, I talk about it almost as like a house. Like when you're hosting people, you have your front yard friends, you have your living room friends, you got your kitchen friends, and you got your attic friends. Okay, so when your front yard friends are like the people that they don't really know what the inside of your house looks like, or the inside of your brain, or the context about your family and the way you work and discipline. They don't know it. But you're still going to say, hey, if you're hanging out in the front yard, you might even open your door and be like, hey, hope you're having a great day.
That's so good.
Right? If they drop their mail, you'd go over and help them pick it up. But there's not an intimacy, you belong inside my home kind of thing. And then you have your living room friends. They're like, hey, do you want to come inside, play a board game, watch a show, watch the football game, something like that. Kind of chill. But they still go in your home. And then you got your kitchen friends. And your kitchen friends are the ones that you're like, hey, will you dry the dishes after I wash? Will you help put away? Will you grab a sippy cup for my kid?
For something.
There's some more help there, some more aid. And then you got your attic friends where you're like, this is chaos.
It's dirt up here.
Bring your label maker.
The
we got some work to
are
do.
Everywhere.
Help me put my Christmas decorations away. Practically speaking, or even hey, these are things that I'm working through that not a lot of people know, and
not a lot of people
I need
see.
to share. And not a lot of people see the attic. And I have had attic friends go back to kitchen friends. Go back to living room friends.
Those
go
transitions.
Back to front yard friends. I am not kicking my friend down the stairs of my attic to kick him out of my home. Backing away slowly could look like, you're in the attic. Air quotes here for friends that are listening. You're in the attic space with them, sharing a lot, and then you're like, "Hey, let's go back downstairs. Grab some water." Okay, you're in the water room. And you're
I really like that.
Grabbing some water, and you're like, "Hey, I think I might need to rest a little bit. How about I see you tomorrow?"
I love that.
And the next time you meet them outside. So I think, and yes, practically speaking about the home, but even if you want to read into that a little bit deeper, as a metaphor, that is so real for us too, and the ways to practice it.
It 100% is. And here's what I love about the conversations we're getting to have on this season is that I think we're starting to give people the freedom to take friendship seriously.
Oh, for sure.
And I think for some odd reason, we've just kept it super light. Oh, it's just a friend. It's okay. I can get another one. I know, again, I've had some detachment issues, so I'd be like, bye, girl, let's just get another one. What are we talking about? Especially as an extrovert. I mean, they're just overflowing. Come on, let's just have another friendship. And what the last 4 years have taught me with my confessional community is that consistency changes you.
100%.
When someone continues to show up for you, that changes your heart. But it also quite literally changes your neural pathways, the way that you process secure attachment with people that have seen 4 years is a lot of seasons to walk through together.
Yeah, y'all have seen a lot together, yeah.
And so we've seen a lot, and we've actually chosen intentionally to be vulnerable, to confess, to be honest, to be held accountable. And I just desperately want that for people.
Oh yeah, and I want them to hear it's available. Then I also, for me, I'm like, oh, I'm the only one that's trying for this. I'm the only one that really wants this. And what I realized was once I looked up, there's so many other people desperate, hungry, craving good, healthy friendship.
100%.
And the people, who you are is who you'll attract too. So
who you are is who you attract. And I've said this before, and I say this in the book. You really cannot be banking on having great friends if you're not a great friend.
Okay, amen. Say that again.
You cannot be, I'm looking in the camera in the eyes. For some of you, that's I really desperately want amazing friendships, great friends, and you're not a great friend, you got to go fix that. You cannot expect what you are not already. Because it actually does a disservice to the people that you deeply want in your life. What happens is you cannot serve them in the ways that you deeply want them to serve you. And I think that in friendship, really healthy, godly ones, there has to be a level of reciprocity. I need to know that you have what I need when I need it. And it may not even happen at the same time. That's when we go back to marriages and relationships. There's been plenty of times where in my confessional community and some of my friends, I'll be like, I got 20%. Y'all gonna have to do the other 80. I'm gonna come around the bend, but y'all know everybody acting crazy over here. My daughter didn't got kicked out of something. My son didn't. Whatever the case is, there are some times that obviously you'll show up in a friendship with a little bit less than what you have. And there will be times when your friend is that, when they're the 20% and you're the 80 and you get to show up. And I think that's the beautiful ebbs and flows of being in seasons with different people. And I think that's so good.
It reminds me of there's this house in our neighborhood right now. It's getting renovated and it's beautiful. And it's about to hit the market. It was a flip. We love it. And you know what? All of my neighbors were on the edge of our seat. We're like, what is the listing price? What is it going to be? Because when the value of that house goes up, so does ours. And I think that's if when we renovate our own hearts, when we do the work, when we flip and we are put in the work, show up, choose the right paint color, all the things, the value of your neighborhood and your community also raises and gets risen. And I want that. So for the people that are like, I don't know if it's worth my time, maybe I just start from scratch. I'm like, no, maybe you actually just pour in and you make you whole. The value of your neighborhood will go up.
Oh,
you know?
I really love
You like that? Next book.
Yeah, you ready? And it's got like a little house on it. And then it's like shadows of other houses that are building. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love that. But you could take that. True.
You know?
Like,
but no, it's so true.
I don't want people to miss that.
Well, and here's what I will say. I want to affirm it by saying, personally, I know that. Because, you know, Rachel, I was a little wild back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm going to pretend I don't know. But yeah.
There's some ratchetness that went down, okay? Some nastiness.
I've seen the pictures.
You've seen the pictures. I mean, just drunk, party girl, sleeping with everybody's son, all the things. And I remember when I really got serious about loving the Lord, and I was like, I'm going to be a follower of God, not just a fan. I looked up and realized that a lot of my friends were not.
That's hard.
And then you're just left with the question like, dang, do I lead? Like, how do I do this well? They're going to feel like I'm too good for them.
Sure.
I'm walking away. And again, that's when you go back to those transition conversations and you are honest about the fact that it's about you. It's not about necessarily who they are and what they're doing. It's that you want to change. And because of that, it leads you to start changing who's around you.
That's right. Naturally.
And because it's not the same lifestyle. It's not the same clothes. You're not going to tolerate certain things.
The way you spend your time will look different.
The way you spend your time is going to look so different. The way you show up in your family, the way you go to church, the community that you build in the church, all these different things. And I think we just have to get comfortable with being okay with changing and our circles changing. Because you need to change and grow. And if we're going to live this life in the best possible way that honors God, we're going to have to change in some areas, heal and grow in some areas. And the people that we surround ourselves with will influence the quality of our lives and our relationship with the Lord.
Okay, I feel like I need to say something. I'm being prompted. But like, for the friend that's listening and you're thinking probably, you're taking away the backing away slowly. You're taking away the fluidity of friendship, how it can transition,
ebbs and flows,
all the things, ebbs and flows. I also want to say too to you that maybe it doesn't look like you going and spending your time doing what they're doing, but you can invite them into what you're doing by still spending time with them and maintaining a friendship. I feel like 1 Thessalonians 2:8 says, I was delighted to share with you not only the gospel of God, but my life as well, because you've become so dear to me. So like our friends, they're going to be dear to you, even though they're making different decisions, even though they're spending their time and money and whatnot different ways than you would. Inviting them into what you're doing. Hey, come over to my house for dinner. You know, you're still spending time together. There's still relational equity there.
For sure.
What you're doing, though, still honors who God has called you to be. It doesn't mean you have to go out to the club with them or go out to happy hour or like do the things that you feel like God's asked you to step away from. That doesn't mean you just, again, kick them out the door and you're like, well, good riddance. Never see you again.
Me.
You could totally still invite them rather than go and meet. And I think that is like, it's also, there's something valuable to say too about just the intimacy of a home and hospitality.
And what a beautiful thing that we get to do by not throwing people away like the world has.
Oh yeah, I know.
I mean,
we're not compatible, but I'm not going to compromise. But we can
who I am and who I'm becoming. But I'm not going to throw you away.
Yeah,
like I'm not leaving the room. That to me, it almost, all of this sounds so elementary to me now. But the truth is, I just don't think our generations have done community and friendship well.
No. It's
like we have thrown people away. We have talked about people and drugged their name online.
I mean, especially even too, I hate to call us out, but like the evangelical culture, it's like you're either our ministry or you're our best friends, and there's no in between. And I'm like, I want to be able to share both, do both.
That's really powerful, Rachel. I've seen that a little bit with my gym community. You know, I think I swore for a little while that the best community was found at church. Well, surprise. That's not always true.
Well, yeah, it's humans trying to love humans and lead humans. And again, we're all broken and none of us are actually qualified.
Right.
So like,
So yes, that's true. And there was a moment, and this is not at all to dog the church, but there was a moment where I genuinely felt more loved by my gym community than my church community. And it really opened my eyes to some things, to not be judgmental or biased towards the church or any other environment.
Right.
But to expect that we're flawed and we're imperfect and we're wired for struggle, and to seek out God everywhere. Not even just in the church, but at the library and the parks and the gym and in my house playing spades, which people I don't even know their last name.
Because he died for them too.
Because he died for them too.
Yeah.
And I think that's real good news for all of us.
It sure is.
I also think, I'll end on this. I think that when we love people well, we'll begin to love our life more.
1000%.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, I think they're somehow interconnected. The ways that I've expanded my circle and the ways that I've practiced generosity in these last 2 years has made me love my life so much more. And it was nothing that God blessed me with, and everything about the people God blessed me with. Like,
even when you don't like your life all the time, you can still love it.
Love it. And you can love what God is doing in other people's lives. And that can encourage you to be grateful for yours too.
1000%. Perspective, baby.
That's good perspective and posture, baby. Rachel, I love you.
I love you to the man and back. I'm here for you always. Always.
You came all the way from Alabama to be on the podcast.
You say all the way. It was really actually not that bad of a drive.
Okay. You're the next state over.
Bad. And
You're
I'm
the
like,
next state
but
over.
Why?
But honestly, I mean, we could have did this on the internets.
No, it's not fun. I'm a yes girl. So don't tip me with a good sign.
We practiced witness today.
We sure did.
And that's really good.
I love you. I'm proud of what you're doing here. Y'all go order her book.
Go order the book. Don't try this alone. Live your life. Just get it together. It'll be great. We're doing a live soon. We'll be talking all about it, all the things.
Prepare to be sick of us.
Prepare for it. Thank you guys for tuning in. We love y'all so much.
Bye.
Hey, I just want to thank you for listening to this episode of the Still Coloring podcast. We really did pour our whole heart into this season to make sure that you know that you're not alone, that you're worthy for friendship, and that you really do not have to build a life by yourself. So make sure that you do a couple of things from here. Check out my brand new book, Don't Try This Alone. Make sure that you're subscribed to my YouTube channel so every time we post a video, you'll get a notification. And make sure you're ready for the next episode of the Still Coloring podcast. Very last thing, I want to give a shout out to the entire team that put this together. Natalie, Gio, Michael, Shaquela, Amanda, my amazing assistant. We did it, y'all. And I'm so grateful that you got to be a part. Check out the next episode and make sure you keep leaning in.